Chinese? You speak Chinese?
Some, but I feel better if we hire a translator.
You got someone you work with?
No, I think it would be best if there was someone in your company who spoke the language, someone who already knows the toy business.
There's that girl in contracts, Jean something, right? She looks Chinese. Look at her. Fine at the same time. Figure out how this thing works. We'll put an agent up there. And we need a translator. Well, to be honest,
I do not speak Chinese music. I was born in Seoul and raised in the United States.
oh, sorry, I just saw that.
Because I know Korean too. Because my last name is John.
None of us meant any disrespect to Miss Chen.
Yeah, honest mistake.
I've been with this company for 3 years. And I've never been invited to this office. It has at least been enlightening.
Well, thanks for coming in. I'll see you around. She looks promising. Forget it. Not Chinese. Chen. That's Chinese, right?
It's Korean too.
Never mind. You have plans for lunch? Oh, yeah.
No.
No? Start going with these proposals.
I know a good restaurant.
Alex. I'm getting it.
Well, these top 4 companies seem to be the most likely candidates for a joint venture.
Yeah, but we can't buy. You know, it's a country.
Yes. A lot has changed for them with this new open door trade policy. No one particularly wants to go back to the days of Mao and state-run businesses, but economic freedom brings with it all the problems that come with free society, like crime, corruption.
Do they have the internet?
Yes, but some email and most websites are still filtered to government censors. Some things haven't changed.
Yeah. Well, that's not our problem. We're not interested in politics, just money. Right, Edward? Girl's name in contracts. Wasn't it Jean? I told you. Korean.
Looks like this is Jean's favorite restaurant.
It's Chinese she speaks. Is that Chinese she's speaking?
Yes, it's Mandarin, and that is a Chinese newspaper.
Alex. Excuse me. But are you sitting in a Chinese restaurant, reading a Chinese newspaper, ordering a Chinese lunch in Chinese?
Mr. Stella,
Forgive me, maybe I'm missing something here, but you are an employee of Tanner Toys, and if you're lying about this, I think I have a right to know what else you're lying about.
Could this be all? Mr. Stella? Excuse me for dragging him away, but we have something to discuss. Imagine
Hey,
us
Fran.
getting a yen for Chinese on the same day. I got a whole new angle about that itty bitty tight thing.
I apologize for my partner Alex. He's a terrific lawyer. He's just really good with people.
I am embarrassed. It's true. I lied to you today. I am Chinese. I was born in Beijing.
You don't owe us an explanation.
Yes, I do. Because I am a person of honor. At least I try to be. I want you to know I would like to go to Beijing with you very much. But I can't.
We understand.
No. I want you to truly understand. If I ever went to Beijing again, I would never come back alive. much as I dream of returning to my home, there's an impossibility now.
So you were born in China?
Yes, in Beijing.
This guy just soars.
It looks like we have lots of time. We'd love to hear your story.
Or not.
Business purposes. Background research.
For the business then.
Everything you say will remain between us.
You have heard of Tiananmen Square.
Which is in America, yeah.
Most of the people in the United States just remember one picture of that summer in 1989.
The student standing in front of the tank.
Yes, he was very brave, but there were many students, and I was one of them. I was a small child during the Cultural Revolution. It was a terrible, cruel time for my country.
I remember teachers, intellectuals, anyone suspected to be an enemy of the people was in danger.
Great danger. They were arrested and sent to labor camps for re-education. Many were tortured and murdered. My parents were professors at the university. One day, the Red Guard burst into my father's office and dragged him into the street and beat him. They forced him to confess his crimes against the revolution. It was a great humiliation for him. He committed suicide, and my mother became ill. Because of my father, she didn't receive the proper medical care. She died, and I found my way to a state orphanage in the country. It was very hard and very lonely. I thought this was the way the world was. You own nothing of your own. You think nothing of your own. And you don't dare to hope for something better. One day, a man in town who was discovered to be hiding counter-revolutionary materials. I remember how warm the fire was that burned his books. And I remember stealing one. It was a terribly dangerous thing to do. But even as a little girl, I knew I had nothing to lose. What I saw inside that book changed my life. I couldn't read the words, but there was a picture in the front of a beautiful lady. She held her head up. She didn't seem to be afraid. I wanted to be like her. It was the only thing that was mine. And sometimes it was the only thing that kept me alive. 10 years later, Mom was dead, and soon, and I had a new open door policy with the West. I made my way to Beijing and determined to learn how to read my books. I went to school and studied English. I met my husband at the university, and Gus and I and his best friend George hung out together. We devoured anything from the West: music, art, literature.
Your husband's name is Gus?
We give each other nicknames. So, our friend Weibo called himself George after George Washington, and we called my husband Gus after Auguste Rodin, the artist who sculpted the thinker. My husband looks very serious. I'm jumping ahead. Once I started to learn a little English, I bought a travel book for America. I'll never forget standing there in the middle of the street and seeing her again. It was a lady in my very first book, Statue of Liberty. With the population growing so quickly, we were encouraged to have only one child. In that case, Most everyone wanted a boy. That day I realized that the Statue of Liberty was a woman. If there's a place in this world where a woman could become a symbol of freedom, then there was hope for me and for my daughter.
You had a little girl.
Yes. I named her Hippeeharlee. It means free moon. In English, I called her Liberty Moon.
Where is she?
I don't know. So, excuse me for a moment, please.
You're not listening to me. This house doesn't hear me.
Hi, do me a favor. Check your watch and shake your head. Good, good. Now frown a little bit. And shrug like there's nothing you can do about it. Ah, darn! I wish I could stay, but we've got a conference called to Hong Kong back at the office. I gotta go. It was so nice to see you again. Come on, let's get out of here. Go on. Okay.
Mr. Tanner, have you tried out my kite?
Yes, I have. It's amazing. I'd like to take them with me to China. See what they think about it over there.
Oh, they're gonna love it. Have a nice day.
We get a lot of crazy inventors into our business.
You seem like a very serious fellow. What are you doing making toys?
I'm just living the childhood I never got as a kid. Maybe I'm just making money. Parents will spend a lot more on their children than they will on themselves, you know.
I think parents will do that anywhere. Do you have children?
Never married.
Why not?
Found the right one.
Have I bored you enough with my story?
I developed a fourth dental abscess. It's everything I can do just to get food down.
Just the top one moves.
I have two here, one inside here and one inside here.
Tell us more about your husband.
Gus was the one who convinced me that some form of democracy was the only way to push my country forward. Gus and I and George began to publish books, articles, calling for reform. It was very risky. The activists had already been sentenced to prison. Say that she was there when democracy was born. I remember thinking about the move because I was showing my little girl what her name meant in English: liberty, a flame of freedom, just like the American Statue of Liberty. At the moon, I told her, no matter where she was, if she ever felt lost or alone, always look up at the moon and know I was somewhere looking at it too.
Jane, if this is difficult for you, you don't have to.
No. I want you to understand. The military moved in and surrounded us. It was only a matter of
I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some garlic and clove water and boil it and make it into a mouthwash. I'll be back in about 30 minutes.
Turn back